So we saw fiery scenes when Donald Trump was on the stand. It sounds as though his daughter has been a bit more measured, right?
Absolutely. None of the theatrics and the chaos and the drama of Donald Trump's appearance earlier in the week. Ivanka Trump is composed and so quietly spoken that the judge has sometimes asked her to speak up, and journalists in the court have been straining to hear some of her testimony. Now, she is a former senior executive in the Trump family business, but she's been saying over and over again that she can't recall details of negotiations over loan terms, over her father's net worth. This is very much the same line that her brothers, Donald Jr. and Eric Trump, when they testified last week, took in their testimony. Now, there's been so much interest in Ivanka's testimony because, as you know, she has moved herself away essentially from the family. She's no longer involved in the business. She said she no longer wants to get involved in Donald Trump's campaign to win back the White House. But she's absolutely taking the family line, as it were, so far in this testimony, to the frustration of the lawyer for the Attorney General, who's saying that he's really not getting any information from her. Now, the Trumps, Donald and his two sons, have been very vocal describing this civil case as politically motivated, and Donald Trump, in his testimony, called the Attorney General who brought the case, Letitia James, a political hack. Now, Ms. James has frequently been in court. She's in court again today, and this is what she had to say ahead of Ivanka Trump's testimony outside court this morning.
Ivanka Trump secured, negotiated loans to obtain favorable terms based on fraudulent statements of financial condition. And she will attempt today to distance herself from the company. But unfortunately, the facts will reveal that, in fact, that she was very much involved. We uncovered the scheme, and she benefited from it personally. Ms. Trump will do all that she can to try to separate herself from this corporation, but she's inextricably tied to the Trump organization.
New York Attorney General there. So, Barbara, what's at stake here for the Trumps?
Well, it's a little bit complicated, but ahead of the trial, the judge, in what's called a summary judgment, essentially decided that the Trumps were liable, that they had fraudulently inflated asset worth to get favorable loan and insurance conditions. So what's being decided here is what punishments they should potentially face, and what Letitia James is asking for is a very hefty fine, about 390 million Australian dollars. And she's also asking that the Trumps be stripped of their right to do business in New York State. Now, this is a civil case. It's different to those 4 criminal cases which have yet to start, which Donald Trump is also facing. So there's no potential jail time here. So that's the I guess, the financial, the business possible implications. Politically, though, Michael, it doesn't seem to be denting Donald Trump's aspirations to become the Republican candidate for 2024 for the presidential elections. In fact, tonight he is again sitting out a GOP debate. 5 other candidates for the nomination will debate again tonight. That's the 3rd debate. Donald Trump is holding a counter program. He's holding a rally in the very same state that debate is taking place, and he is still streets ahead of those other candidates. So no obvious implications politically at this stage. That, of course, could change when and if we do get into the anticipated start of those criminal cases next year.